Why does a person that never was a slave deserve compensation from a person that never owned a slave?
Bank of America and much of the U.S. financial system were built on the profits from slavery, using enslaved people as loan collateral and even owning them when debts weren't paid. These same institutions, which grew into billion-dollar corporations from the slavery of our ancestors, continue to uphold systems of institutional racism that today prevent Black people from building generational wealth. The horrors of slavery didn't end with emancipation. They left deep scars that still shape the lives of Black people today. This inherited trauma, known as post-traumatic slave syndrome, is rooted in generations of violence, ripped apart families, and stolen identity. It continues to affect mental health, family relationships, and the overall well-being of Black people. The U.S. government has paid reparations to Japanese Americans interned during World War II and even Americans held hostage in Iran. Yet the only people paid for slavery were the slave owners for losing their slaves after the Civil War. The victims of slavery were never paid. Our ancestors were stolen and endured some of the most violent atrocities in human history. So white people in this country could build their largely unearned generational wealth that they still sit on today, while Black people have been systemically denied the right to build and pass down the wealth we fought hard to earn for generations. Because every single time we did build, for example, Black Wall Street in Tulsa, the whites burned down the entire town and slaughtered every single Black person that they could find. You stole our ancestors. You stole their labor, which made the U.S. an economic superpower. You stole their futures. You dehumanized, brutalized, and traumatized them. Then that generational trauma was passed down to their descendants, who you continue to traumatize and brutalize with your systems of oppression put into place to limit and prevent us from creating generational wealth. And you refuse to dismantle your systems of oppression because that would be admitting that white prosperity was built on Black suffering. But you still owe for the centuries of unspeakable atrocities, because reparations are not charity. It's an unpaid debt that you owe.
Shalom, Yasha'Allah, call Lord Yamla, Yahawah, Bahashim, Yahawashi, Baharakal Kawadash, Barakata Yahawah, Barakata Yahawashi, Yahawah Bahashim Yahawashi, Barakya, Baba Kushawa, Yabashim Yashai, Bakatam, Watan. Double honors to the Zaquanium apostles and bishops, peace and blessings to the sincerity elect, the 144,130 men, women, children. May Yahawah Bahashim Yahawashi be with us always, have present repentance, and deliver us from the hour of temptation and destruction. Peace and blessings to you, man. You and your whole household. You hear me? Peace and blessings to y'all. All right? Stay rooted in Yahawah Bahashim Yahawashi and stay rooted in His truth. So, real quick. These people, man, you know, and this guy looked like a Jake himself. And sister already set him straight. You hear me? Because you got a lot of ignorant, degenerate, bubblehead heathen out here, and niggas too. You hear me? And there's always some shit with these people, man. Now the thing with these motherfuckers with the Salakia for my language, y'all, you know, why they gotta do this and why you gotta do that? Fuck out of here, man. You hear me? You know, these the same people that helped them do this shit. You hear me? The same people that have the same people that have their hand in it also. You hear me? So now it's the whole, you know, automatically they don't want us to have shit, you hear me? That's the main thing, man. They automatically, they don't want us to have nothing. But we don't even want reparations no more. We want blood, you hear me? We want to rule. That's in the scriptures. Isaiah 14 and 21 says this: prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers. So what the iniquity of their fathers? What they did? They put a whole bunch of people into captivity. Hardcore bondage at first, you know, but you're still in captivity to this day. You ain't going nowhere, man. We still in captivity. What is this guy talking about? You hear me? Trump just recently put bans on certain things, so you can't do certain stuff. Let you try to order a car from Japan. You can't order it because they got bans on cars, you know, coming from Japan. I think it's China, one of them. But we're still in captivity, man. You got some Jake still in Angola and Louisiana, you hear me? Working for pennies. Working for pennies, man. What is this guy talking about? And also, too, the so-called white man, all of them, you heard me, the Edomites, that's the real nationality, they're still reaping the benefits from the blood of our people. So what is this guy talking about? Automatically, also too, this land is stolen, man. It belonged to the Gadites, the northern tribes. You heard me? I'm a part of those northern tribes. What the hell is this guy talking about, man? He looked like a Jacob himself, but if he's not, he better pray that he is one. If he could do that, you heard me? Because a lot of these guys are straight up heathens, man. And they ride with the so-called white man, you heard me? You know, and we're gonna put these bitches in captivity, you know? Edomites, they're going into hardcore bondage. But these people gonna be under us, you heard me? But pretty much sister said everything. You know what I'm saying? She said everything already. And these people overlook that, you know? Because what it all comes down to, they don't want Jake to have nothing. All right. Then Revelation 13 say, who lead in captivity shall go into captivity. You heard me? Whoever killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. This same thing they did us, it's gonna happen to them, but we're gonna do it the righteous way, and we ain't gonna be buck breaking men, man. You heard me? So a lot of these heathen, they gonna get it too, because they had a hand in our destruction. You know? All of them. All of them. Ham, Ammon, all these people, man. You know? These Arabs, all of them, you know? So it says, woe to him that buildeth a town with blood. How this place was established? How was America established? All right? It's a lucky. I'm on a walk, but I'm going to call it a biblical walk. You know what I'm saying? It's a biblical walk. And yeah, man, these people just finished, bro. You know what I'm saying? These people all kinds of finished, bro. And they always worrying about what we doing, what we want. Here it is, like what sister said, they have everything. Even those people that Esau dropped bombs on, he paid them, man. But Jake don't get nothing. People lost their minds, man. Let me finish reading. Prepare slaughter for his children because of the iniquities of their father, lest they raise up and possess the land and fill the face of the world with cities. You heard me? So this so-called white man, he's in power right now. This is his queendom. English is the dominant language. The US dollar is the dominant currency. This dude will have his hands in everything. You heard me? So what is these bubblehead heathens be talking about? You heard me? You know? But like I said, this all goes down to they don't want Jake to have shit. Here it is, all the suffering and gator bait. Children has been fed the gators and called gator bait. All this stuff that happened to us, but he's still talking about something. If you didn't do it, you know, there's some of those people still alive, man, that had their hands in that. Some of their parents is still alive. Some of them still alive and kicking. You hear me? Them old folks home. You hear me? Nobody changing their diaper. Them bitches still alive. So what is this guy talking about? You hear me? This guy talking about, man. Let me get that revelation right quick and this one and be on to the next one. That all boils down to these people don't want us to have nothing, man. You hear me? What is 9? What is 13 and what? Hold on, let me go back. Oh God, that's so annoying, bro. All that money the Blue Letter Bible making, they still begging, you hear me? The Blue Letter Bible still begging. Man, what that scripture, man? I think it's 13 and 10. Yeah, it is. Revelation 13:10, it says, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. You see that? So, remember, the Most High is all about revenge, you hear me? Vengeance is mine, you hear me? The things that happen to us gonna happen to them way worse. This is a part of the movie. And in a part of the movie, yeah, we was down and out, and we in captivity. But that at the end of the movie, we gonna win, man. You hear me? And then after that, another movie starts with us on top and ruling and putting people in captivity. You hear me? And hardcore bondage. You know what I'm saying? And making a planet, the whole planet, following the laws, showing them the right way how to rule the planet. You hear me? Showing them the right way how to do this, because they don't know what they're doing. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. You gotta have a lot of patience, man. A lot of fucking patience living here, man. A lot of patience. You gotta live amongst these people, man, and they irk your nerves. You hear me? You gotta live around these people where they all in your face, all in your business, worrying about what you doing, what you got on. They got everything more than you, but they still worrying about what you doing, where you going, how you doing this, how you doing that, what you watching in there. You hear me? Like all that bullshit, man. You know, we in captivity. We gotta live amongst these damn devils and these heathens. You hear me? Them putting pork in everything. Now they hiding it under natural flavoring. You hear me? The name natural flavoring and shit. That's why Babylon is gonna be destroyed, man. But it says, "He that leadeth in captivity shall go into captivity. He that killed with the sword must be killed." Didn't he do that? Wasn't he killing Jake? Wasn't he killing us by the sword, by natural disasters, by biological warfare? Isn't he still doing it? You hear me? Whacking you with the whack, Visine, you hear me? Etc. He's still doing it. He's still at it. Now the new one is the food. You hear me? The food is the one that's killing you now. For all these processed sugars, everything has sugar in it, and they know what sugar does to you. Is everything is sugary drinks. You know, you got Skittles got a sugary drink now. Hershey's got a drink. They're poisoning the meat. They are giving out fake meat, man. They putting glue on meat. That's the new murderer now. The food, diabetes, high blood pressure. That shit mess you up, man. You hear me? But Allah will know how to find. Shalom, man.